Alrighty, we are now joined by Kyle Larson here in the media center. Kyle, the driver of the number 32 Ever Ready Chevrolet in the Nationwide Series race tomorrow. Kyle, back in your home state, I believe, right? Tell us about racing here at Auto Club, and I think it'll be your first Nationwide start here, correct?
Yeah, it'll be my first Nationwide start here at Auto Club Speedway. Like you said, I'm a California kid, so born and raised in the Sacramento area, so it's nice to get back to California and get to race in front of some friends and family. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. And it's going to be another pretty busy weekend. I'm going to practice today and then fly with Tony to Stockton and go race with the Outlaws, and then come back and race tomorrow. So it's gonna be a fun weekend, and glad to be back to California.
All right, we'll open up for some questioning. If you just raise your hand and state your name and affiliation. Diana, we have wireless mics going around. We'll get a wireless mic to you, and we'll start with Holly Kane up here in the front.
Hey, Kyle. The way you've been running and the success and things like that, does it increase the learning curve and make it more likely that maybe we see you in a Cup car sooner than originally expected? What are your plans with that?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that, so just gonna keep trying to do the best I can. And if Chip wants to move me up, hopefully I'm ready and have learned enough in the Nationwide Series to prepare me for the Cup Series. But I'm still taking it one race at a time, and I'm having a blast at what I'm doing right now. So I'm not looking any more forward than where I'm at right now. So just having fun racing Nationwide so far.
And the other question I had for you real quick was, what are you going to do? I think I know the answer to this, but what are you going to do during some of the off weeks that you're going to have with Nationwide?
Yeah, I won't have any off weeks. What do we do? So I'll race Friday and Saturday this weekend, and then I'll go back to Sacramento and hang out for a couple days, and have to go to Vegas and do a road course test. And then next Friday I run Outlaws at Merced, and then Saturday I'll run a Civil War race at Antioch, and then I think the next week we go to Texas to test, and then we go Friday at Antioch with the Outlaws, and then Saturday at Calistoga. So then there might be some more races after that. I don't know. But yeah, staying busy. Glad I get back to racing the wing sprint cars. Those are my favorite cars to drive, and a lot of fun to run with the Outlaws too. So glad I'll be able to run 4 or 5 races with them.
We'll go to Wolfgang and then Lee.
Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Ranchport Press Agency. You just mentioned you're doing also sprint cars beside your NASCAR program. Is it difficult to adopt to both cars, sprint cars, and when you always go sideways, as I see in sprint cars, and you go back to NASCAR? So how difficult is to adopt to both driving styles, different cars? Well,
I've been doing it, I've been switching back and forth between so many different race cars the past 3 years or so. So, I've gotten used to it, and I don't even, really, it doesn't take me a whole lot of time to adapt back, jumping in between each cars. But, at first it was a little difficult, I think, with, the weight difference and the power difference, and obviously racing on dirt versus asphalt. So, but, when you do it, as much as I do it, you don't even think about it when you jump in different cars. You kind of just, your body and brain knows what to do to adapt. So, but when I ran Vegas a couple weeks ago in the sprint cars, I hadn't been in them for a few months, and it took about half the night to get back used to them, because they're probably the most difficult cars to drive.
Go to Lee.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. 4 weeks into the season, you've been very fortunate to race with some of the best guys in Cup who have raced Nationwide as well. What has been the biggest part about your learning curve now that we go into week number 5?
Well, it's been a lot of fun to race with the Cup guys. I got to race with Jimmy quite a bit at Phoenix and learned a lot from him, and then got to race with Harvick and Kyle Busch quite a bit at Bristol, and it's been a blast to get to race with those guys, and you can learn so much off of them. And the biggest thing I've learned so far is probably just how to work the air when you're behind people, and when you're next to them, how it affects your car and affects theirs. So I've noticed it a lot on the bigger tracks, and I'll probably learn a lot more this weekend since it's even bigger. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know I still have a lot more to learn, and I think once I learn some more, I'll be even more consistent and hopefully finish in the top fives a lot.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Did you anticipate after the Battle of the Beach how much kind of fan reaction there was? And then after the nationwide wreck at Daytona, there was also a little bit of criticism of you. I mean, were you prepared for that type of reaction, or has that been new, and how has it been to handle?
It's definitely been new. My whole career I've kind of been the guy that everybody likes, and after the Battle at the Beach, the incident I had there in the late model race, got a lot of criticism for it, but it didn't affect me really at all, and just kind of shrugged it off and moved on. And I don't really think too hard about anything, whether it's good talk or bad talk. So just go out there and race and try and change people's minds. I know a lot of people probably gain respect from me after Bristol, not getting into Kyle Busch at all, and even racing Jimmy, I raced him clean also. So just try and gain all the fans and other drivers' respect back, and I think I've been doing pretty well at it so far.
Woody came with him around. Kyle, you always talk about the next race, or your schedule's booked up with all these races. What do you do when you're not racing? What do you like to do to unwind and get away from it all, or do you even think like that?
Well, like you said, I race all the time. This year probably hasn't been as much racing as last year and the year before, but still trying to race a lot. And lately when I'm not racing, I've been doing appearances and stuff like that. But even when I'm not doing that, I like to go race my go-kart out at Mooresville Motorplex. That's a really cool place to go, and it's a good tool to help me learn road racing, which I've got no background in. So I've been doing that a lot. We go out there about 2 or 3 times a week if the weather's nice. So it's a lot of fun to go out there. I know Denny Hamlin's out there every day from the time it opens to the time it closes, and Casey Kane goes out there quite a bit. Scott Speed's out there. So there's a lot of NASCAR drivers that go out there and drive. So it's cool to go there and see how you stack up against the best.
Keith Blair, San Gabriel Tribune. Kyle, a lot of the average race fan probably thinks of you of what happened in Daytona. What is it going to take for them to break that link so when they see the name Kyle Larson, they don't think of what happened in Daytona?
Yeah, it's been everywhere I go, I still get asked about that wreck and stuff. So hopefully with me running well and stuff, it'll people will forget about it and start remembering me for more of running up front and battling hard. And I think it'll change. Not everybody's not going to know me as the guy who wrecked at Daytona for the rest of my career, hopefully. So it'll just take time. I'm not too worried about it. Just go out there and run well. I know it's been good after Bristol. A lot more people have been asking about that race than Daytona, it seems like. So hopefully it's changing.
Jim?
Jim Peltz of the LA Times. Kyle, have you ever been on this track at all?
No, I've never been on this track. My family brought me here when I was really young. I don't even really remember it. We came down like an IndyCar race a long time ago, and so that's the only time I've been here. I'm a rookie this year, so I'm really a rookie in stock cars, so I haven't been to a lot of these tracks. So I'm just a true rookie.
So, I mean, have any of the drivers given you any sort of sense of what to expect when you go out today to practice?
Not really. I don't. I've said it in a lot of interviews and stuff. I'm not the type to go out and ask other drivers for advice and stuff. I don't like to. I know they're really busy and stuff, so I don't want to bother them and whatnot. But so nobody's really came up to me yet to give me advice on this track. I have teammate Justin Allgaier. He's really good here, so I'm sure he'll give me some advice before practice and stuff. But just try and use practice to learn the different lines and stuff. So I think I'm going to learn a ton today.
Any other questions for Kyle? All right, Kyle, thanks for coming in, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.